Here's a reminder about slope. If we talked, I would ask you what is slope, and you would say the slant of a line, or how much a line rises or falls. So let's talk about that a little bit. Let's talk about if I had 2 points, the point 4,6 and the point -6,2. Let's just kind of think about what that would look like if I graphed it. The point 4,6 would be up here somewhere. And the point -6,2 would maybe be over here somewhere. So you can see this line kind of looks something like this. So as I move from left to right on my graph, this line is rising. So since it's rising as I move from left to right, I'm going to know that this is going to have a positive slope. So what I'm really wanting to know is how much does it rise compared to how much it runs? And most kids will remember that from Algebra 1, that slope is that amount that something rises compared to how much it runs. And that's what gives it the slant or the slope. So if I want to compare the rise of this, I need to know what the difference is from here to here. So I'm trying to find the difference between this number and this number, because that's the up and down part of the graph. So I'm going to subtract these two numbers right here. So I'm going to do 6 subtract 2, and then I need to know the difference from here to here, the horizontal. So 4 subtract -6, and I know I'm subtracting because difference means subtract. So I did the y, subtract the y, over the x, subtract the x. So we get 4 subtract -6 becomes 4 plus 6, which is 10. So that reduces to 2/5. So every time I go up 2, I should go over 5 and be on the line. Up 2 over 5 should be on the line. So every time I go up 2 and over 5, I should be at another point on the line. Now, a lot of kids just memorize this formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You found the difference in the y values over the difference in the x values. So I could have gotten the same answer if I would have done 2 subtract 6 over -6 subtract 4. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. So either way, I get a positive 2/5, and that's what I thought I should have gotten because this thing is rising anyway. Now, had this ended up being negative 2/5, so if it was a different problem, and the slope ended up being negative 2/5, that means this thing would slope downward. It would fall as it goes from left to right. But what happens when you have a line that doesn't rise or fall? So, for instance, if I had the point 4,6 and the point 4,3, if I graphed those, it would look something like this: 4,6 and 4,3. So my line looks something like this. Notice this is a vertical line. If I subtract or find the difference in the y's over the difference in the x's, I end up with 3 over 0. And you guys know by this point in time in the math world that you cannot divide by 0. So anytime there's a 0 on the bottom, we call this undefined. Your calculator probably says a divide by 0 error. So when you have a vertical line, this is an undefined slope. What about, and you can see I would go up 3 over 0, up 3 over 0. Well, what happens whenever it's the other kind? Like I have the point 4,6 and the point 2,6. 4,6 would be here, 2,6 would be here. This one is not vertical. In fact, this line is horizontal. And let's see what happens when I subtract here. If I do the y, subtract the y, over the x, subtract the x, I would get 0 over -2. I go up 0 over 2, up 0 over 2. When you take 0 divided by a number, that is not undefined. When 0 is in the numerator, we say this one has a slope of 0.